Well, the Canadian Taxpayers Federation has released a report that claims the Alberta government could save almost $1 billion a year in healthcare costs. The report says Alberta's healthcare professionals earn more than their counterparts in other provinces. The CTF says government employee compensation needs to come down to reasonable levels, and Alberta would save more than $900 million every year if it matched per person spending on doctors to other large provinces. Now, Danielle Smith from 770 CHQR joins us this morning to continue the conversation on this story. And Danielle, this seems like a pretty controversial, asking healthcare workers to take a pay cut.
I think it's asking healthcare workers to take a restraint in pay increases is how I look at it. I think that there's a way for us to get to what it is the government needs to do, which is to bring per capita spending in line with what we see, as you mentioned, in other big provinces. I would like to hear healthcare workers try to explain to me why they should be paid more than healthcare workers in Toronto or Vancouver when they both have a higher cost of living, or why they should be paid more when they live in Alberta that doesn't have a sales tax and also has a lower tax rate. I don't want them to be paid at the lowest level, but I don't think that they should be overcompensated either, especially when we're at a point where we're running multi-billion-dollar deficits. So I think the way that you get there, and I'll talk to the Canadian Taxpayers Federation about this today, is you say, okay, well, we're going to freeze the top rate until inflation allows those other provinces to catch up. That's one way that you could potentially do it without impacting the amount that a person is currently making, but also demonstrating that you're serious about getting the wages back under control. I mean, when you look at doctors, that they're making $100,000 more than doctors in other provinces, you know that there's an issue there. And that's, I think they're quite right to be focusing in on it.
With UCPs talking about taking, some fiscal restraint, do you think that the current government will take this action?
I don't think that they'll cut wages. I think that there's a collective bargaining agreement process that you go through. It'd be pretty difficult to roll anything back, but there's a lot of ways that you can deliver restraint by freezing wages, so not allowing the increases or allowing slower increases, but also through attrition. Because I think what we'll see is that you'll have a large number of health professionals who are at the very top of the pay scale. As they start retiring and you're hiring those younger workers who are at the lower end of the pay scale, you can save some money that way too and not interfere with anybody's retirement plan. So there's a way to do it compassionately, but I think this report sheds the light on why it needs to be done.
All right. Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah, thank you.